Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to try to drum up some excitement for Black Adam. I don't think either one of us is excited. You're really not excited about it.
I mean, normally I'd be. I think part of it for me is like I'm not a comic book person. I like the movies, but I don't read the books. So I think I represent more like normies out there, and a lot of normies are like, "Who the hell's Black Adam?"
That's very fair. I think that's a very fair take on it. So we're going to talk about Black Adam getting slammed by critics. Now that doesn't mean the movie's bad per se, but you know it's kind of interesting because we have like Schrodinger's Rotten Tomatoes. If a movie that YouTube doesn't like gets slammed, it becomes news. But if it goes the other way, it also becomes news.
Yes.
You know, so I can't say. I mean, honestly, I have not been following this movie very closely, but we're going to talk about what the critical reaction is to it. We're going to talk about Walter Hamada leaving the day Black Adam comes out, basically. And we're going to talk about a cameo, which might get Geeky excited. So there.
No.
No.
I'm just not feeling that excited today.
You're not feeling that excited? Oh,
No.
man. Okay. So anyway, I got to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, Advent 9. We're going to talk about that, and then we'll talk about Black Adam. I want to take the time to tell you about an exciting new book by author T. Alan Horn. Advent 9 releases on October 19th, 2022, across several platforms in digital and audio formats on Amazon, Audible, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Apple Books, and Google Books. Advent 9 is a new young adult super punk adventure. It takes place in a world where superheroes used to exist, but they have since vanished, leaving only one hero behind. This hero is called Advent 9. He has no memory of how he began his career as a superhero, and he doesn't seem to be aware that any other heroes ever existed. His only clue to his past are violent nightmares where a disembodied voice forces him to count to 9. His routine is upended when a new menace named Trance Dragon appears. Trance Dragon is a mad empath who seeks to absorb all of humanity into himself. Stopping Trance Dragon will require Advent 9 to team up with an old guard supervillain and mad scientist, who may be an even bigger threat since he knows what happened to all those other heroes. As this supervillain works with Advent 9, he comes to begrudgingly respect him, discovering something about the hero that Advent 9 doesn't even know about himself, that he has autism. Advent 9 was one of the last books ever to be edited by David Farland, best-selling author of The Rune Lords and the personal writing teacher of Brandon Sanderson, James Dashner, Brandon Moll, and Stephanie Meyer. Farland praised Advent 9, calling it absolutely brilliant, and that this book marked the beginning of a new genre, superpunk. He also said that this was the first time a superhero story has truly worked as a novel. The audiobook version of Advent 9 is read by Michael Kramer, the voice of 1,000 books, who has read for dozens of best-selling authors, including James Patterson and Brandon Sanderson. Don't miss out on being one of the first to read Advent 9 when the book releases on October 19th. The ebook can be purchased digitally through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Apple Books, and Google Books. The audiobook version of Advent 9 is available through all major audiobook retailers, including Audible, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Apple Books, and Google Books. The audiobook can also be found on Spotify. That's Advent 9 from author T. Alan Horn, available on October 19th, 2022. Check out the purchase links in the description below. And now back to the video. Okay guys, welcome back. Thank you for the support. If you want to continue to support us, subscribe to the channel, please. Over 277,000 subs.
Woo!
Thank you so much for the support. And just a warning, there are some spoilers in this video. There is a end credit scene. I'm sure you probably
If you're watching this video, you most likely
already know about it, but I am just going to give you another heads up because people are like, oh my God, I just skipped to the middle of the video and there were spoilers. Why wasn't there a spoiler warning at 8 minutes into the video?
Because we did it at 3 minutes in.
You got two warnings. So there you go, guys. All right, so let's talk about the critical Reviews. I guess the critics are review bombing this movie because they just hate brown people.
That's how it always is.
Black Adam draws negative reviews. Dwayne Johnson's DC film is repetitive and anti-entertaining.
Most of what I've heard is that they don't really have so much problems with Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam as other things in the movie, is what I've heard.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Dwayne Johnson, for the most part, is likable and bankable in pretty much everything he does.
But he pretty much is the same character and everything.
Dwayne Johnson is Dwayne Johnson in every movie. And when they said Dwayne Johnson was going to be Black Adam, I'm like, he's supposed to be the bad guy.
But and he's actually such a really nice guy usually. And
yeah. So I'm like, I couldn't see him as Black Adam. I still can't see him as Black Adam. He's basically just really buff Shazam in a black suit, I guess. The anti-Superman or whatever. But 53% on Rotten Tomatoes. Audience score is not in yet.
Obviously, because this started coming out tomorrow in some theaters.
Right. Meanwhile, you can get tickets for Black Panther 2 without Black Panther, without Namor. Lots of other people. So there you go, guys. Anyway, negative reviews. And look, you think that bringing Dwayne Johnson into it would be money in the bank, but Jungle Cruise didn't do so good.
No.
And
Jungle Cruise is pretty much a rehash of things we've already seen.
It was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically. And I'm like, what are they going to do? Is Disney going to do like a cinematic universe, Adventureland cinematic universe? Anyway, so coming from Variety, the hierarchy of power in the DCEU may be about to change with Black Adam, but the new film is landing low on the hierarchy of...
That's a lot of hierarchies.
...critical reputation. So what they're talking about is Walter Hamada is out the damn door. He's been running it since 2018 and re-upped in January 2020. And it was supposed
2021.
Or 2021, sorry. Yeah, he was supposed to stay through 2023, and he's out the damn door. So
I think that was another one of those cuts.
I think he was another cut. Yeah. So with reviews hitting for Dwayne Johnson's vehicle this afternoon, it stands at 32%. Well, obviously it's up. No, 32% from top critics.
Right.
People that matter.
54% or 57%. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking back to Batman versus Superman, Man of Steel. There's a lot of it seems like they're going more for that tone, like the Snyderverse without Snyder.
Oh, that's hate speech.
That's hate speech. Zack Snyder is a white supremacist because he went on a live stream one time with people with the black guy that's a white supremacist. So among the website's broader groups, I love how they do this. Well, if we count all the reviews, it's at 54%, but only the top critics give it a 32%, and people are just going to read, oh my God, 32%, this movie must suck. Right. Should the top critic number stand, it would mark the lowest figure for a DC film since Justice League, which netted a 23% approval rating from top critics.
I want to point out, though, we've heard for a while now that it was not testing well. There has been many rumors that have said it hasn't tested well. Meanwhile, they're saying The Flash is testing fantastically, but they're saying this one was not testing well.
Yeah, so I gotta wonder what the future is for. Here's the thing: there is no plan for DC. I think the plan was, something they worked up with Zaslav and company. They were like, okay, well, we're gonna stick with Black Adam and the Flash, and then we'll just reboot everything or whatever. And if both of these movies land with a thud, which they might, or they might not make as much money as they're hoping for, then they have to kind of look at, like, do we really want to continue this, or what are we gonna do?
I do think a big part of it is people don't know who the hell Black Adam is.
No, it actually sounds like a racist caricature.
Yeah,
like Black Adam was a children's book from 1901. Yeah. It's been banned in libraries for years. It was so reviled among fans that a reworked version of Justice League was ordered by Warner Brothers. Well, that's a different story than what we've heard. The Justice League. They gave it a somewhat favorable review on Variety. Most others have been less receptive. Let's look at some of these reviews here. Let's go out to the tomato meter. 3 out of 5. Where it may lack in story, the director makes up for. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name.
Makes up for nonstop action. So the story sucks, but it looks cool.
Oh my God! Newsday. 0 out of 4, another low point for the Warner DC franchise. 6 out of 10. Thanks to excellent special effects work, Black Adam certainly has its moments. When they were doing a Black Adam movie, I thought it was going to be like Black Adam versus Shazam. but that's not what they're doing. They're Black Adam versus the world, I guess. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Movie full of undercranked slow-mo action and overplotted world building that delivers more information than emotion because the movie struggles to ground this world on the backs of characters worth emotionally investing in. So this one's interesting. I saw this one before. This is coming from the London Evening Standard. The film promotes Arab Spring-style insurrections, condemns imperialism, and at the same time demands that we lighten up.
Okay.
Bold and stylish. Just everybody doesn't like. They're like it's boring. It's boring.
2.5 out of 5. It's fresh.
Fresh, let down by convoluted premise. He's a big bad who's big mad. That would actually be kind of fun to just watch. That's what they should do. They should do a movie just called Big Bad, Big Mad.
Watching an action movie shouldn't feel like a chore, but Black Adam does. Again, this is the critic score. We haven't seen the audience one yet.
The thing is that the general public might look at this and be like, well, this might be the intention. Well, all the Marvel movies scored better than this one.
Yeah.
This one's worse than Eternals. God, and the Eternals sucked, so this is probably going to suck too. This one's going to suck. Scott Mendelson loved it, kind of. 6 out of 10 is not exactly a glowing
but
review.
it's not fail.
Black Adam is lacking. He's too stoic. It's too serious. Black Adam is nothing more than a mishmash of big-budget superhero cliches with empty dialogue, atrocious editing, a forgettable villain, and a lackluster story. That's pretty much every superhero movie anymore. So I don't know.
This is funny. For the life of me, I will never understand why anyone would make a superhero movie with perhaps the most charismatic action star working today and decide, hey, what if we took away all the charisma? It's truly baffling.
Yeah, I was just like, when they announced, The Rock was going to play Black Adam, I'm like, what? And he's getting his own movie too before Shazam 2. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think
none of this makes sense.
They would have needed to introduce him in something else because I think most people don't know who this character is, which is part of the problem. I think they ran into that with Shazam too, but I think the Shazam still was able. You can still get the idea across. Black Adam, I don't understand. Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he, what is he?
Whatever the new hierarchy of power is, it's confusing as hell.
Amen.
Johnson's not the problem; it's everything else.
That's what I've heard some people say.
So I was kind of waiting for it because I remember there was a lot of drama. They were race swapping characters again and all this jazz, making big changes to it. But it just sounds like the whole thing's a big pile of meh. And if this one doesn't do well, now they toned down the box office predictions. Originally, it was supposed to do $70 million this weekend. Now they're saying it's going to be like 60. I forgot it was even coming out. Literally, I'm like, oh yeah, when's Black Adam come out? Like November, December?
I just saw the commercial for it, and I was like, oh yeah,
this weekend. Oh, huh. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't really care. I don't feel any. I've gotten to the point now where I don't feel any obligation to support anything. I really don't feel like watching.
Wasn't this one of the ones that got pushed around a lot too?
Yeah. It didn't test. Again, people said it didn't test well. So I don't know, guys. We haven't seen it. Just saying the critics aren't wowed, and that's the thing. People are gonna use that for or against the movie. It's always the case. Like, oh my God, the critics.
Oh, now here comes the narrative. The critics won't like it. When audiences don't like it, you hate black people.
It's because they race swapped and gender swapped some characters, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, actually, I like Dwayne Johnson quite a bit. I actually think he's a sweetie. But, I don't always agree with things he says, but I do think overall he just seems like he's a genuinely upbeat, kind person.
Yeah, and he's making a lot of money now. He might not be making as much money if this does make a lot of money, because they're pretty much betting the farm on Black Adam, which, again, is so freaking weird because the general public doesn't know who he is. If it was like Dwayne Johnson is Lex fucking Luthor, then you actually have a movie called Lex fucking Luthor.
That sounds like someone named Lex is fucking someone named Luthor.
Well, that also would probably make money.
I'm sure that would make more money.
That's on OnlyFans, Lex fucking Luthor. But no, if you actually had like muscle-bound Lex Luthor reboot, because people know Lex Luthor. They're like, oh, he's bald.
He's clearly Lex Luthor.
He's clearly Lex Luthor.
Wait, so you shave your head, does that make you Lex Luthor too?
Sometimes. Sometimes I am. Anyway.
I prefer Daredevil.
Anyway.
Oh, and the secret cameo is Superman.
Oh my God, you ruined
Henry
everything.
Cavill.
Yeah, so, yeah, which apparently he had to push to get Henry Cavill back into the DCEU because he wants to have a throwdown with Henry Cavill. So it's not Lex fucking Luthor, it's Black Adam fucking up Superman. Superman fucking up Black Adam. Super fucks. Oh.
You just want to say the F word.
No, they actually had a comic called that.
For real?
Super Effers, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
It's like they're politicians. Anyway.
It's the Super Effers. They should. They would make a lot more money if they had a team called the Super Effers. Not the comic book version, but like a whole nother version. And they were just a bunch of assholes. You know? A bunch of really bad guys. Yeah, so they're bringing back Henry Cavill. I think they're just they don't know what the hell to do. At this point, I mean...
Apparently Dwayne Johnson went to bat to get him back in there.
Yes, now they're doing a Man of Steel 2. Hopefully, he's not going to be breaking his main necks as he did in the first one, or as much collateral damage as he did, and he's more like Superman. But Henry Cavill is a good Superman, I think, put in a bad Superman movie. Mm-hmm. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Anyway, I don't know how it's going to do, guys. Just saying it's getting the crap kicked out of it by the critics, so we'll see. Speaking of getting the crap kicked out of it, Kevin Smith. Okay, so they're actually advertising. So Clerks 3 bombed at the box office.
Yes.
They're actually advertising Clerks 3 on Blu-ray already, on digital, on Twitter, and Kevin Smith is basically begging people to buy it because nobody went to the theater to see it.
Well, his biggest fear is irrelevance.
He doesn't want to be irrelevant, so there you go. Maybe he should direct one of these movies.
No.
They almost let him direct a Superman movie with Nick Cage, and it was weird. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.